The walking mistake. Most people over 50 make. What if the exercise you already do every day is not giving you the benefits you think it is? Walking is often called one of the safest and simplest exercises for healthy aging. But there is a problem. Many people over 50 walk regularly, yet they unknowingly make small mistakes that can reduce the quality of their workout, increase discomfort, and even make walking less effective. And the surprising part? You don't need a complicated workout program to fix them. You may only need to change how you walk. Imagine two people walking for the same 30 minutes. They cover almost the same distance. But one person walks with poor posture, starts too fast, wears uncomfortable shoes, spends most of the week sitting, and stares at their phone. The other walks with better posture, uses their arms, chooses appropriate footwear, builds consistency, and gives their body time to recover. Same exercise, same amount of time, very different experience. So today we're going through 7 common walking mistakes people over 50 make, and more importantly, what you can do instead. And stay until the end, because the final mistake is incredibly common, especially if you believe that more walking is always better. Why walking matters more after 50. As we get older, staying physically active becomes more important, not less. Walking can help support cardiovascular health, healthy body weight, mobility, mood, sleep, and independence. The CDC says regular physical activity can help older adults maintain independence, improve quality of life, and prevent or manage chronic disease. And here's something important. You don't have to become a marathon runner. For adults 65 and older, current CDC recommendations include at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity each week, such as brisk walking, along with muscle-strengthening activities at least 2 days a week and activities that improve balance. The World Health Organization also recommends 150 to 300 minutes of moderate aerobic activity per week for adults, with additional strength and balance work becoming especially important for older adults. So walking is absolutely worth keeping in your routine. But now, let's look at the mistakes. Mistake number 1, starting too fast. You've probably seen it. Someone steps outside for their walk and immediately starts walking as if they're late for an appointment. Their breathing becomes heavy. Their muscles haven't warmed up. And within minutes, the walk already feels difficult. The problem isn't that brisk walking is bad. The problem is going from 0 to maximum effort too quickly. Think of your body like an engine. You wouldn't start a cold car and immediately push it to maximum speed. Your body deserves a gradual transition too. Instead, begin your walk at a comfortable pace. Give yourself the first few minutes to settle into the movement, then gradually increase your pace if it feels appropriate. For moderate intensity walking, your breathing should noticeably increase, but you should still be able to speak. And remember, intensity is personal. A pace that feels moderate to one person might feel vigorous to another. The goal isn't to prove how fast you can walk. The goal is to create a walking routine you can repeat consistently. Because consistency beats one heroic workout followed by 3 days of exhaustion. Mistake number 2, poor walking posture. Here's another mistake that seems harmless. Walking while looking down. Shoulders rounded, back slightly bent, head pushed forward, and arms barely moving. Over time, this can make walking feel less comfortable. So instead, imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head toward the sky. Keep your gaze generally forward. Relax your shoulders. Let your arms move naturally. Keep your steps comfortable rather than forcing a huge stride. You don't need to walk like a soldier. You simply want your body to move in a natural, balanced position. And there's another reason posture matters. Walking isn't just about your legs. Your entire body participates. Your trunk, hips, arms, and feet all contribute to efficient movement. So the next time you walk, don't just ask, how many steps did I take? Ask, how well did I move? That small change in thinking can make your walk much more intentional. Mistake number 3, using the wrong shoes. Your feet are your connection to the ground. Every step sends forces through your feet and legs. That's why footwear deserves more attention than many people give it. Some people walk for miles in shoes that are worn out, uncomfortable, too tight, or simply not appropriate for their walking environment. And then they wonder why their feet hurt. The answer isn't always complicated. Choose shoes that fit comfortably and provide appropriate support for your individual needs. Make sure there is enough room for your toes. Avoid footwear that creates obvious pressure points. And don't assume that the most expensive shoe is automatically the best shoe. Comfort and proper fit matter. If your shoes are causing persistent pain, numbness, or discomfort, don't simply push through it. Consider speaking with a qualified healthcare professional or foot specialist. Because walking should help you stay active, not turn every walk into a battle with your feet. Mistake number 4. Walking too little during the week. This mistake is extremely common. Someone walks for one long session on Saturday and then spends most of Monday through Friday sitting. But your body doesn't only benefit from one weekly burst of movement. Physical activity works best as a regular part of your lifestyle. The CDC emphasizes that activity can be spread throughout the week, and even smaller amounts count toward your overall activity. So instead of thinking, I need one huge workout, think, how can I move more consistently? Maybe it's a morning walk, a short walk after lunch, walking while running errands, taking the stairs when appropriate, or taking a few minutes to move after sitting for a long period. You don't have to make every walk intense. The goal is to reduce the amount of time your body spends completely inactive. And here's the curiosity most people miss. Your walking routine isn't only about the walk itself, it's about what your body does during the other 23 hours of the day. Mistake number 5. Not using your arms. Have you ever noticed someone walking with their arms completely stiff? Their legs are moving, but their upper body looks almost frozen. Your arms don't need to swing dramatically, but a natural arm movement can help your walking pattern feel more coordinated. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Allow your arms to swing naturally from the shoulder. Avoid clenching your fists. And don't force the movement. Think natural, relaxed, and rhythmic. Walking should feel like a coordinated movement of the entire body. And if you're trying to improve your walking speed, don't immediately focus on taking enormous steps. Instead, focus on maintaining a comfortable rhythm and good control. Small improvements in technique can make a simple daily walk feel much more purposeful. Mistake number 6. Walking while looking at your phone. This one may sound obvious, but look around almost any public walking area and you'll see it. Someone walking while staring at their phone. The problem is not just distraction. When your attention is locked onto a screen, you're paying less attention to the environment around you. That can matter when you're walking near traffic, crossing roads, navigating uneven surfaces, stairs, curbs, or crowded areas. So here's a simple rule. When you're walking, let the walk be the activity. If you need to check a message, stop somewhere safe, then continue walking. And there's another hidden benefit. When you're not staring at your screen, you can actually pay attention to your surroundings. Notice the weather. Listen to the sounds around you. Look at the trees. Talk to someone. Or simply enjoy a few quiet minutes without constant notifications. Walking can become more than exercise. It can become a daily reset. Mistake number 7. Ignoring recovery. Here's where things get interesting. Many people believe if walking is healthy, more walking must always be better. Not necessarily. Your body still needs appropriate recovery, especially when you're increasing your activity level. If you suddenly go from almost no exercise to long, intense walks every day, your muscles, joints, feet, and connective tissues may need time to adapt. So increase gradually. Pay attention to how your body responds. Normal muscle tiredness is different from significant or persistent pain. If you experience concerning symptoms such as chest pain, fainting, severe shortness of breath, or unusual symptoms during exercise, stop and seek appropriate medical attention. And if you have a health condition or haven't exercised for a long time, talk with your healthcare professional about what level of activity is appropriate for you. Recovery isn't laziness. Recovery is part of training. Why walking is still one of the best exercises. Now let's step back. Why does walking remain such a powerful activity? Because it's accessible. You don't necessarily need a gym membership, you don't need expensive equipment, and you can adjust the pace to your ability. Regular physical activity is associated with benefits for heart health, blood pressure, brain health, mood, sleep, healthy weight, bone health, balance, and maintaining independence as we age. The WHO also emphasizes that some physical activity is better than none, and that physical activity can contribute to preventing and managing conditions, including cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and some cancers. But remember something important. Walking doesn't replace every type of exercise. As we age, strength and balance become increasingly important too. That's why current guidelines recommend combining aerobic activity with muscle strengthening and balance activities for older adults. Think of healthy aging as a three-legged stool: cardio, strength, balance. Walking can be an excellent foundation, but a complete fitness routine should ideally include all three. How long should you walk each day? So how long should you walk? There isn't one magical number that works for every person. A practical target for many adults is to work toward the recommended 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity per week. That could look like 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, or roughly 22 minutes every day. You can also divide activity into smaller sessions when necessary. The important thing is to find a schedule you can actually maintain. If you're currently inactive, don't feel like you have to jump immediately into 30-minute brisk walks. Start with what you can safely handle. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Then gradually build. 10 minutes today is better than waiting for the perfect 60-minute workout that never happens. And remember, your goal isn't to win a walking competition. Your goal is to keep your body moving for years to come. Final health advice: emotional ending. There's something powerful about walking that numbers can't fully explain. One day you may realize that the simple habit you almost ignored became one of the habits that helped you stay independent. The ability to walk to the store, walk around the neighborhood, travel, play with your grandchildren, climb a flight of stairs, enjoy a vacation, walk beside someone you love. These things can feel ordinary today, but they become incredibly valuable when mobility becomes difficult. That's why taking care of your body after 50 isn't about trying to look 25 again. It's about protecting the freedom to live your life. So before your next walk, remember these 7 lessons. Don't start too fast. Improve your posture. Wear comfortable, appropriate shoes. Walk consistently throughout the week. Let your arms move naturally. Put the phone away when you're walking. And most importantly, respect recovery and listen to your body. Walking may look simple, but simple doesn't mean insignificant. Every step is a small investment in the person you're going to become, and perhaps the biggest walking secret isn't how many steps you take. It's whether you can keep taking those steps, year after year. If this video helped you, share it with someone over 50 who takes daily walks. And subscribe to Health Secrets Explained for more simple, science-based health and healthy aging information. Because sometimes, the biggest health changes don't begin with something complicated. They begin with something as simple as one step.